We've officially crossed the halfway point in our Best of Next Fest June of 2025 coverage. And for this part, we continue with some more amazing indie game demos for you to check out. We are starting things off with Soulblaze, a combination of Pokemon meets Slay the Spire. Instead of catching cards, you are catching and collecting creatures in order to battle your way through multiple nodes of challenges, events, and of course elite fights. So the kind of interesting hook here, and there's quite a lot going for this one, is that the creatures essentially are your cards. Each creature comes with it different sets of skills, a different kind of elemental type, and they'll also have different stats. During each turn you will roll dice, which will determine which actions you can activate during that turn, which some actions will have a reward if you hit it or you roll the precise number and apply to it. When characters level up, you can apply stat points to one of three kind of core attributes. Now, the important thing is that each creature will come kind of like predisposed or kind of predetermined in a specific stat. So a very aggressive one will probably have higher health and higher base damage. Other ones will have other ones as well. And this is important because you'll have skills that will be modified based on certain stats, giving you like more armor or do more damage or stats elements and stuff like that. Similar to the kind of like Pokemon machines that grant skills, you'll also find devices in Soulblaze that work along those lines, and you can apply skills to creatures provided they meet the right kind of class type for it. This one has a lot going for it, even on top of being able to catch creatures to add to your party. Well, you can only have one creature out at a time. If your character falls, you'll then pull out your next one, then the battle continues. And this can be quite difficult to play, at least from what we looked at during the demo. You see, part of the challenge is that the stats really do matter. Not only do they augment your damage, which is kind of important for quickly killing enemies, but this is how you also get more armor slots. If your armor stat is too low, what can end up happening is that you can apply like 3 points of armor, but the enemy can attack you for like 8 to 12 points, so it's not really helping. Boss fights will add in more rules and challenges, and this one I would say is definitely aiming for more on the advanced side, as both a deck builder and a creature collector. So, if you ever wanted to catch creatures with your cards or throw cards with your creatures, I would give this demo a try and see if it works for you. We now go to Randomice. This is a randomized puzzle platforming Metroidvania. You play a mouse who every day seems to wake up in a house that has been shuffled. No one knows where they are or remembers the previous day. And we are going to explore this place and try and figure out what the heck is going on. Now, the game features a kind of story mode as well as just a full-on challenge / randomizer, but the rules between the two stay the same. Each day, you must get to the exit, and where that exit is going to be randomly chosen. You have a set number of tools that you will find in each day, and these tools take in the form of your Metroidvania upgrades. So you get the cheese wheel of double jumping. You get push pins that you can stick into wooden objects that let you bounce up and over them. You get a grappling hook because of course you do. And your job is to figure out how to get all the necessary items you need and get new ones in order to make further progress, get all the keys, open up the exit door, and go through it to win. So, while this is a platformer, you are still going to be very much defined by the items and the order of the items that you find. There are puzzles in certain rooms, and those puzzles seem to be fixed based on like the solution for them. But you will still be affected by the order in which the items are found and where you find them in order to kind of solve the mystery of the stage. It's a very interesting take on a puzzle platformer, just kind of fully going in on being built on a randomizer. I found this concept to be very charming. My main concern is that I don't know how advanced the main game is going to be. The footage that you are seeing right now is taken from the challenge mode that we played after the story mode, and while it was interesting, once you kind of know what the items that you're going to get access to and what they're used for, it really just comes down to execution. Like, there really wasn't anything changing per se, other than, of course, instead of going to this room first, I go to that room first. But if I know where the items are going to be used or kind of where these items can be, it's just a matter of execution. Still, a very interesting topic or concept for a game, and I am definitely interested to see where this will be going in the finished title. So, if you enjoy a randomizer and looking for some puzzling to go with it, then give this one a shot. And now we switch over to Cleared Hot. This is an homage to all the strike helicopter games from back in the 90s. When we are kicked out of the military after a helicopter mission goes wrong, years later, we are pulled into one last job. What does it mean? Why is everyone out to get us? So I'm up to grappling hook and helicopter in order to solve this mystery. So the game itself is a stage-based helicopter or arcade helicopter action game. If you're hoping for a realistic flight sim, this is not going to be it. You'll use a combination of gun, missiles, and just picking things up and flinging them at people in order to fight your way through the different stages. It's hard to tell from the demo how advanced the level design is going to get. You can just basically circle strafe in the air and shoot most of the enemies down. And another one where I'm kind of interested to see where it will go in terms of having any kind of bonus objectives, bonus challenges, that kind of stuff. Still, it handles really nicely as an arcade game, and there's definitely some fun about just grappling hooking all your enemies and launching them at the other enemies. So if you have a fond memory for the strike games and looking for an indie take of them, I would give this one a shot. We now switch over to some puzzle platforming with Forgotten Fragments. In this one, we have no memory, and in order to escape a magical temple, we must gather all the fragments. So this game can be played co-op. I don't know if the co-op play has different puzzles to it or not. But our general play here is that this again is going to be more of a physics-driven platforming. Each room, you're tasked with collecting the various fragments. These are orbs. Now when you pick one up, you have a time limit to drop it off in like kind of like the little baskets around the arena in order to activate it. If you don't do it, you will die. And of course if you touch any hazard, you'll also die. Now the physics come in is that when you throw or manipulate any object, there are simulated physics at play. So you can bounce orbs off of the walls, you can push boxes and all that other good stuff. This one looks like it may be a little bit on the challenging side. The physics can kind of get in the way in places, especially given the time limit that you have to launch your projectile at the various targets, and if you miss, you're going to have to get a restart. It's a very interesting puzzle platformer, and I would definitely recommend if you're looking for a more challenging take, or if you have a buddy who also is in the mood for a little bit of puzzling. We leave the puzzling behind for some ultra violence with our next game, Pigface. You have been kidnapped by a strange organization, and the only way to stay alive is to complete assassination jobs for them. The game feels kind of like a mix between Manhunt and a kind of a very, I wouldn't say like immersive sim, but like immersive sim adjacent. Each map you'll choose from different starting gear, including a variety of weapons, armor, and so on. And then you are set loose, and you are free to be as brutally efficient, violently murderous, or stealthy as you see fit. Now there is no cursor or reticle on the screen, so you are going to have to be very careful with how you aim. Characters will wander around the map, and if they hear you shooting in all over the place, they will come running. This one looks like it may be a little bit on the challenging side. Everyone goes down fairly quickly, and if you are caught unaware, you are going to quickly lose your health. It's hard to tell from the demo how far things will go in terms of the violence as well as the challenge. but the slower paced shooting does give it a very different feel to some of the other ones that we've played. So if you're not squeamish about a bit of violence here and there, and looking for a different shooter to check out, I would give this one a look. We now switch over to Dice Gambit. This is a strategy RPG that feels like it's definitely borrowing kind of like the style or aesthetics of Persona. But we are trading probability for, well, I guess some actual literal dice here. You are trying to rid your town of evil monsters, and to do that, you must make friends, probably make some enemies along the way, and build your family up to form a fighting force able to save the day. The dice come in that every turn you will roll your set of dice. Whatever it lands on will be your available actions for said turn. So if you draw defensive dice, you can do defensive actions. You draw attack dice, you can, of course, attack. And there are special abilities that each character will get that will require you have specific dice combinations drawn in order to make use of them. As you go through the game, you'll enter these kinds of mini dungeons, in which you'll need to get through the different tiles in order to fight the boss, and hopefully not run out of energy in the process. It's a very novel idea. The main issue that I have with this one is that, as someone who suffers from very bad probability, having all your actions in a turn be completely random can come back to bite you if you're unlucky. Like, the enemies surround you and you draw no attack dice. Now, you do have this kind of like wildcard dice that you can play to mimic or take the spot of a dice, but it builds up a punishment meter that each time it fills up, all the enemies become stronger, so you're kind of discouraged from using it. This is a very interesting one. It definitely plays differently from a lot of the other ones that we've seen. If you're not opposed to a whole lot of probability impacting things, I would give this one a try. And for the last game of today's video, this is Astro Prospector. This is an idle/incremental game with a touch of asteroids thrown in. You are trying to, I guess, save space coffee for everyone, or Astro Coffee. And to do that, you are going to destroy many asteroids, collect lots of coffee, milk, and other things, and power up your ship in the process. Our general loop here is that you'll start a run, you'll have X amount of seconds in order to destroy the different asteroids. Now, your time is always going to be counting down, and you can increase it, of course, through upgrades. All the firing is done automatic, and yes, you'll be upgrading that as well. As things go on, you'll be able to add elements that can increase your stats during a run, allowing you to destroy more things, destroy them faster, and even reclaim your time. As the game goes on, your threats will become more about the evil corporation trying to stop you from getting coffee, and you'll unlock additional upgrades, features, and all that other great stuff. If you're not an incremental or idle fan, this one is probably not going to work for you in the slightest. But as someone who's played these games, I did find it quite charming, especially it does add up as you start unlocking more of the systems that give you more things to do. So this one comes with a recommendation for the incremental fans in the audience, and if you like some, I guess, asteroids with your coffee as well. And with that, another video comes to an end. We are still plenty more to go in this series. Let me know what you think about these games down below and any of your favorites. And with that, I'll see everyone in our next part for more indie game goodness. Thanks for watching, and a special thank you to our Patreon supporters. If you enjoyed the video, do the YouTubing stuff, be sure to visit our Discord and Patreon, and if you're interested in more in my thoughts on design, check out my game design books.